10 most insane movie stunts Tom Cruise has done. Tom Cruise is a true action star, as we all know. He is also well known for his efforts to perform his own stunts in movies. Fans have seen photos showing Tom Cruise riding a motorbike off a cliff before deploying his parachute. Yes, it was actually him. These insanely dangerous antics made headlines around the world, but it's all in a day's work for Cruise, who's built his career on death-defying stunts. The Mission Impossible franchise has been running strong since 1996. With each installment in the series trying its best to outdo the previous film in both quality and the ludicrousness of the stunts, it's no wonder why this franchise has been attracting audiences all over the globe. Tom Cruise is the undeniable king of the blockbuster stunt in Hollywood today, and the Mission Impossible franchise is where he has perfected his craft. Most of the movies in this series have famous scenes where Tom Cruise risks his life in a never-ending string of life-threatening practical stunts. Here are the 10 most dangerous, remarkable, and downright insane feats Cruise has performed throughout the 6 films of this long-running action franchise. Since the first film hit the screens in 1996, right up until the latest offering, Mission Impossible Fallout, that is in cinemas from August 2nd, Cruise has made many directors nervous. It can be guessed that his aerial stunts are greatly advanced, so much so that Cruise needed special clearance from the US Navy to perform a few particular scenes. The actor is famous for almost always doing his own stunts, no matter how dangerous. From climbing the world's tallest building to hanging off the side of a plane to pulling off perhaps one of the most dangerous helicopter chases ever captured on film, Cruise is always finding new ways to top himself, and he's not stopping anytime soon. It can sometimes be easy to forget that Cruise is still human, and even he has suffered from accidents while performing his own stunts. The Mission Impossible actor suffered an injury doing a stunt for the 6th franchise of the movie in London. He was seen slamming into a wall while attempting to jump over a gap between buildings while attached to a pulley system, but appeared to come up short, hitting the edge with his upper body. When he pulled himself up onto the platform and attempted to run, he could be seen limping. Tom Cruise's decision to perform all of his own Mission Impossible stunts may seem bizarre, but the daredevil actor has a good reason for his antics. Cruise's acting talent is often overshadowed by his eccentricities. For example, his devotion to Scientology regularly raises eyebrows. In recent years, his career has increasingly shifted to action movies rather than dramas, with Cruise's commitment to doing his own stunts garnering more attention than the roles themselves. Still, a Hollywood career spanning 40 years is an impressive feat, and Mission Impossible continues to stay fresh through the franchise's ability to find unique ways to push Cruise to the limit. Cruise, anyways, has a history of being a real-life adrenaline junkie, doing the vast majority of his own stunts over his long career and shaking off injuries and brushes with death like nothing even happened. Even though he's a few years shy of 60 now, he's still pushing himself and still going strong, always willing to pull off ever more eye-popping feats for the sake of an excellent action scene. To remind you of just how much he's dared over the years, we're rounding up all of the best stunts of his career. We bring you the top 10 action scenes that the action star has completely performed by himself, of course with appropriate protective gear and expert guidance. Number 1. Scaling World's Tallest Building, Burj Khalifa in Mission Impossible 4, 2011. Cruise dangled 1,700 feet off the ground in Dubai, climbing the 123-story Burj Khalifa to get to a computer server in Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. He went in it with a harness which was removed in post-production that was held by a cable with the thickness of a piano wire for 8 days of shooting at a height 250 feet above the Empire State's building's spire. Cruise has balls of steel, veteran stuntman and stunt coordinator Randy Butcher said after the shoot. Number 2. Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, hanging on side of plane, 2015. Cruise really went hanging off the side of a plane in midair for Mission Impossible 5. The Syracuse-born actor said he performed the stunt himself on the massive Airbus A400M 8 times, reaching heights of 5,000 feet, while even wearing a harness couldn't protect him from jet fumes, birds, and runway particles. "I was extremely scared," Cruise admitted. "I wanted to keep audiences on the edge of their seats." Number 3. Night and Day Motorbike Chase, 2010. In the 2010 movie Night and Day, Cruise is driving a motorbike with Cameron Diaz behind him, then flips her to the front so she can shoot bad guys behind them. Some stunt doubles are used, sure, but that's really Cruise, an accomplished rider, racing through the streets for the chase scene. I called director James Mangold and I said, "Look, I've got this idea. It's this motorcycle stunt," Cruise told Access Hollywood. "We've got to put a motorcycle in this scene and I've got to flip her around this thing." I called Cameron and said, "Are you up for it?" She came out, we practiced it and stuff, and Jim shot it. I couldn't wait to do that. Number 4. Mission Impossible Wire Suspension, 1996. Ethan Hunt can't touch the vault floor, so he breaks into Langley while suspended on a wire. "That's Tom, hands down," Butcher said. "He's in a harness and they're using some Spectre rope, which is better than cable. Whether it's 30 or 40 feet, Tom is absolutely in that harness, using his own stomach muscles and his own balance to maintain that position and that shot. The fact that we can always see that it's Tom really helps make the scene. There's a profile shot of him over the computer, and you can actually sense his struggle to maintain that balance, which really adds to it." Number 5. Mission Impossible 3 Jump Off Skyscraper, 2006. With J.J. Abrams at the helm, the third Mission Impossible movie amped up the excitement with a shot of Cruise jumping, though not from the actual buildings in Shanghai. When Tom starts his run and then jumps off with that city in the background, that is one of the most beautiful plate shots I've ever seen, Butcher said in an interview. When he falls on the building, they may have had Tom Cruise falling against a green screen on a cable for maybe 30 or 40 feet to get those shots with the camera running beside him, but that was not done here at this location, Butcher explains. Good stuff though. Number 6. American-made plane stunt 2017. American-made director Doug Liman revealed Cruise is really flying the plane in this movie based on the true story of Barry Seal, a commercial pilot turned CIA gunrunner and drug smuggler for Pablo Escobar in the 80s. In one scene, he leaves the controls to throw cocaine bales out of the plane in midair. "I'm flying alongside him in a helicopter filming, and that made a big impression on me. There's nobody in the cockpit of the plane," Linman told Yahoo Movies. "It's one thing to have Tom Cruise alone in the airplane flying it. That's already outrageous. Now he's alone and he's not even in the cockpit, so he's gone beyond." Number 7. Jack Reacher Car Chase 2012. For every drift, gear shift, and hub smash in this scene, there is a steady push-in shot on Tom Cruise's chiseled and focused face, Screen Rant writes of the bullet-inspired scene. Cruise is really driving the red 1969 Chevelle SS like a bumper car. Number 8. Collateral takes out club security 2003. Cruise plays a villain for a change and, to sell his ruthlessness, rehearsed a lengthy club scene for weeks with director Michael Mann. Beyond the stabbing, neck-twisting, and gunplay, Cruise's floor-bound barrel roll leaves quite the impression, Screen Rant writes. Number 9. Mission Impossible Rogue Nation Underwater 2015. Cruise learned to hold his breath for 6 minutes to perform an underwater stunt in Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. Normally, in underwater sequences, people hold their breath for 10 seconds, 15 seconds max, Cruise said in a behind-the-scenes featurette. "So I had to prove to everyone that it was actually safe and spend time with the safety guys and the safety officers to show them, look, not only is it safe, it's better that I know how to hold my breath because I'm going to be very relaxed. No one's going to have to rush in, no one's going to have to panic." Number 10. Edge of Tomorrow Battles 2014. Yeah, that's really Cruise and Emily Blunt running around a controlled battlefield amid flamethrowers, rocket launchers, and explosions. Blunt later told Conan that she nearly killed her co-star when she was driving in a scene, hit the brakes too late, and they hit a tree. "I hear him going, 'Brake, brake, brake,'" she recalled. "When I first heard him say brake, in my head I went, 'Oh, shut up,' as if I knew more about stunt driving than Tom Cruise." It's still too bad the movie had such a terrible title. A sequel is reportedly in the works called Live, Die, Repeat, and Repeat.